it's Taylor. So guys, I thought I would do a video that I've kind of been waiting on doing just to see how things would happen in the past couple months. And honestly, this week's video I'm super excited about just because what I'm about to talk to you is something I've struggled with recently, and you know, I've been trying to figure out just how to deal with it, and that is my acne. So this week's video is going to be my nighttime skincare routine, but I thought I would also just give you a little bit of a backstory on just my acne in general. So yeah guys, let's jump into the video. So guys, for all of you that don't know or have been following me on YouTube and stuff for the past 2 years now, my 2-year YouTube anniversary just came up on Wednesday, which is crazy. I've been making videos now for 2 years. But like I said, if you've been following me the last 2 years, you may have noticed that in the past couple months, my acne has gotten very, very out of hand. So just a little background story about my face. So in high school, I really didn't struggle with acne. You know, high school years were usually the times where you just had acne covering your face constantly. But I was a kid that, you know, I went through puberty, but acne was never really a thing that I struggled with. Obviously, yes, I had like 1 or 2 pimples everywhere, but I never really had like crazy blotches of crazy acne everywhere on my face. But over this last summer, I noticed that my acne was kind of getting a little bit more out of hand than usual. So I called my dermatologist, which I've been to a dermatologist before, so I had my usual dermatologist. So I called them up and I scheduled an appointment, and basically what they said was most of my acne was hormonal acne, which they said basically your hormones have a tendency to change throughout your years of life. And my hormones just decided, let's change it up on Taylor at this point in time. Like, why at this point of my life do my pimples need to do this? They had said I could go on birth control or Accutane or all of these other kinds of pills to help with my acne, and I was kind of not about it just because pills kind of freak me out in a way. And so when I went in, she was like, so I could give you birth control. I was like, whoa, I need to like do some research on all of these pills you're prescribing to me, because I just don't know. I need to know side effects and what's gonna happen to me before I actually go on this. So she prescribed me a new type of acne cream, which, you know, I could just put on my face. And so I had a prescription to put on at night and a prescription to put on in the morning, and you know, that was doing a pretty good job and stuff. And I was just using a regular, you know, Clearasil wash and an Aveeno wash, but that stuff was really drying out my face, and just basically I was telling my friends the best description of how my face felt was, you know, that episode of SpongeBob when he's at Sandy's house and he's like, I don't need water, but then he's like, water! I don't even know. You know that? You know what I'm talking about? That's basically how my face felt. So, like I said, those whole pills thing, I did some research. Accutane, I've heard horror stories about, so I was like, I ain't about that. Then they were gonna put me on something called Spirulactone, which was like a water pill, which makes you basically pee like every 15 minutes. I also heard horror stories about how you got your period like every 2 weeks, and I was like, I ain't about that, because I have some pretty nasty, horrible, like, period cramps to the point of just like, I am in my bed just like, ugh. No, I ain't about it. You know, so I went in and I was like, no, I've done some research on all these things you're prescribing to me. Not a big fan of all of them. Is there any way you can like up the dosage of some sort of the stuff you're giving me? So the nighttime cream that I was using, she upped the ante on that. I think she went up like a full like 0.5% on it or something like that. I don't honestly know. All I know is she upped it. And then I just kept the same face morning cream thing that I have to put on. I was using that. I switched to an Aveeno face wash at the time, and my skin still really wasn't, you know, staying very moisturized. Like, I was honestly moisturizing 3 times a day, and my skin still wasn't like normal. Like, it was constantly peeling and flaking, and I know obviously that comes with the like acne cream that I put on my face, but still, like, my face was just not having it. And so back in January, at the beginning of January, my roommate Marina and I went to the mall, and she actually had to run into Lush. Now, Lush I was aware of, like, I knew about their bath bombs, and that's really all I knew about. Like, I knew they did other things, but like, I just heard Lush and I thought bath bombs. And so my roommate had been telling me about how she's been doing all kinds of, like, she's just basically, she loves Lush, and everything she does basically is Lush. And so I went in, she's like, you know what? You should just ask them and see if they can recommend anything for your skin. Like, you might as well just ask. And plus I was thinking, you know what? I might as well just experiment because, you know, the stuff that I'm using is really drying out my face, and maybe what they can recommend to me will help. So I talked to them and I basically described my face. My face tends to be very oily, but it also gets dried out by products very easily. I have very sensitive skin. That's kind of the main things I told them that I've noticed when I use products that are like affect my skin. So the person that I worked with at Lush, she recommended that I use Herbalism, the tea tree water toner, and the celestial moisturizer. So I started off with those 3 things, and let me tell you, the first month or so, your skin will not seem like it's doing anything. I had quite a bit of breakouts, but what they told me is, like, give it a couple weeks. The stuff that you're using is all natural, and it's really just taking everything like nasty in your face and pulling it out. So you will have a couple breakouts for the first couple weeks. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stick with this for a couple weeks, see what happens. And I'm so happy I stuck with it because my face has never been this softer, like this hydrated. Honestly, I went home one weekend where my skin was really nasty and it broke out like crazy, and I just recently saw my parents again and they're like, oh my gosh, your skin looks 500 times better. Like, obviously I have a couple breakouts, which is just a normal thing. Like, I'm still gonna have breakouts. It's not like I've gotten to the point where I'm not gonna have breakouts at all, but I've really gotten to the point where I've just like decrease them in size. This was supposed to be like a brief background about my acne story, but we went into real detail. So now let's head over to my sink and I will show you my nighttime routine with all of my Lush products and other products that I use before I go to bed at night.
So guys, to start off my nighttime routine, I use my Garnier micellar water and I put that on a little cotton pad and I just wipe that on my face, taking off all my makeup and trying to get rid of all the dirt that is just collected on my face throughout the day. Then my next favorite thing to do is I love putting on face masks right before I'm about to get on the shower. Specifically this one, this is the Love Lettuce face mask, the fresh face mask from Lush. My current favorite. It's all natural products. I keep it in the fridge. I use it a lot. And the nice thing is it has ground almonds in it, so it uses it as an exfoliant. So I put that on before I get into the shower, and then I wash it off and it leaves my face so smooth. So then after I jump out of the shower, I start my main face washing routine. I use first my Fresh Pharmacy face bar, and I use that to wash my face. It leaves my skin so smooth, it gets rid of any redness, and even better, it smells amazing. It has chamomile in it, and I just love the smell of it. It's honestly just amazing. I then move on to my Herbalism, which I just take a little small piece of it and add some water to it to make it kind of like a paste consistency. Just heads up, if you don't like the smell of vinegar, I probably would not recommend it for you. I personally don't have a problem with it and I love the smell of it. Again, this is also an exfoliant, so it just takes away any excess dry skin off of my face and it is just perfect. Also, I personally like the smell of it. Also, it does stain your towels green sometime, but throw it in the washer, it's fine, perfect. Another great cleanser that I love. So then once I'm done cleaning my face, I go in with my tea tree water, which is my toner water, and I spray that on just to set my face before I put my moisturizer on. And what the toner water does is it just kind of evens out the tone of your skin. And then I go in with my celestial moisturizer, which is by far one of the best smelling moisturizers ever. It literally smells like vanilla pudding, guys, no joke. It leaves my skin feeling so smooth and so hydrated. By far one of the best moisturizers I've ever used. Like, it's amazing, literally amazing. After moisturizing, I go in with Grease Lightning, which is a spot treatment that Lush has. Honestly, I've put this on my pimples in the last couple days and it decreases the size instantly. So yeah, I just take a little bit of it, put it on where I'm having just some breakouts, and it helps immensely with decreasing the size of them. So after I've let Grease Lightning sit on my face for a while, I go in with my Tazarac cream, which is my prescription acne cream that my dermatologist has prescribed me, and it's amazing. It just does the kick on getting rid of whatever acne is already on my face as well. It just kind of eliminates any acne that's about to show up sooner or later.
So guys, that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope maybe this stuff helps with you. Also, just a little reminder, not everybody's skin is the same. I know my roommate has recommended some other things before that I've tried out and that didn't work with my skin, and I've recommended things to her and they have not worked on her skin. And we have, I would say we have pretty similar skin, but obviously, like I said, everyone's skin is different. So, you know, my recommendation is if you're struggling with acne, I highly recommend using Lush products. I know that they're really expensive, but the thing is they're all natural, and honestly, they last a lot longer than you think they will. So I would highly recommend using Lush. Lush has really helped my skin in an all natural way. I don't have to use chemicals on my face anymore. I don't have to take any pills or any sorts. And the thing is also, even if you do have acne, embrace it. Acne is a thing we all go through. It's a thing that, you know, obviously, yes, sometimes it's like really, really annoying. And I know personally when my acne started showing up a lot more, I got really self-conscious and I was wearing a lot of makeup. And now really all I wear is just a little bit of concealer if maybe a big pimple shows up. And so I think you just have to like think, I am a teenager, I am a young adult, and I think you just have to realize that everyone is going through acne and everyone is going through the same feelings that you are, and I think you just have to embrace the fact that yes, I have some things on my face that I really don't want to have on my face, but it's just a way of life, and it's the way that our body decides to get rid of stuff, unfortunately, through our face. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel and not yet subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. I make new videos every Sunday. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in this amazing world. Remember to always keep doing you, and I will see you all next Sunday.